got the reefer blues. I got the reefer blues. I got the reefer blues.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Baking a Fool of Myself. My mother's out of town, so my trusty sidekick today is my elderly cat, Jazzpurr. Jazzpurr loves the dish we're going to make today, which is BC baked salmon with a side of asparagrass. So Jazzpurr, thank you. You go wait on the sidelines like you normally do. I'm going to wash my hands, and then we're going to get started. The ingredients you're going to need for today's recipe are very simple. You'll need some marijuana. I'm using an organic outdoor. You're going to want a little bit of rock salt, and of course, some salmon. I asked at the fish store what the fattiest salmon was, and they said spring salmon was the fattiest, so that's what I'm using today, but you can use any cut of salmon. And the other thing you're going to need today is kind of important, is a piece of aluminum foil. The reason for that is, much like the marijuana bacon recipe, we're going to let the fat in the salmon convert the cannabis, so you don't need any butter or any oil. So, very simply, and much like any other herb, I take a little marijuana in my palm, and I like to squish it around, just like you would any other herb. Just get it nice and tight, and then you're going to sprinkle this marijuana over the salmon, or rub it. Here comes Jazzpurr coming back. I'm telling you, it's his favorite dish. I like to just put a little rock salt, part decor, helps draw the flavor, helps sweat out that salmon. Put that all on there. It's so simple. You take your trusty piece of foil, and you're going to want to cover that up. This is where Jazzpurr starts to guard the oven. He just, like a soldier, is back and forth, waiting for the salmon. I have my oven. It's preheated at 350 degrees. Depending on the cut or the size of your salmon is going to depend on your cooking time, so you want to keep an eye on that. I'm going to suggest maybe half an hour. We're going to put this in the oven. Okay, I thought while the salmon was cooking, we would quickly make a side of asparagrass. For asparagrass, you're going to need some lovely asparagus. I've washed it and I've cut the ends off it already. You're going to need a little chopped garlic, some butter, and I thought it would be very nice to garnish it in the end with some fresh mint, because I love fresh herbs. All herbs, marijuana and all the other herbs. I love them a lot. Very simply, all you're going to do is put a little butter in your pan, and garlic, and of course, you're going to need some marijuana. Again, we're going to use this just like a herb, and I always just like to put it in my hand, kind of like mortar and pestle it right in your hand. Just put that in with that. Because there's marijuana on my salmon, I don't want to make my asparagrass too strong. I want to make a meal that's perfect for the average individual. That is plenty of marijuana, I assure you. You will take this over to the stove, and you will start slowly reducing the garlic, the butter, and our favorite botanical flowers from the cannabis plant in the saucepan. Let that melt down a little bit. Okay, our butter is boiling nicely with the marijuana and garlic. You simply put your asparagus in there, baste them all up. So you just want to let that cook for a little bit, and we'll come right back to it. Okay, after it's sweated a lot, what I like to do is take the foil off of it and let it cook a little bit without the foil, but all that white fat has sweated out, just as I predicted. And now we're going to cook it a little bit more with the foil off. And there you have it, BC baked salmon with a side of asparagrass. Jazzpurr, dinner's ready!
Got a thing for the watermelon girl, the juicy, juicy watermelon girl.